Hi, I'm Janine, and I'm a 19-year-old Filipina who likes watching movies. Last month, I decided to marathon a bunch of LGBTQ plus movies to celebrate Pride Month in my own way. I initially planned on seeing only 4 films, but the list kept growing and growing until I ended up watching 13 films for Pride Month. Now, I just wanted to sit down and make a little video briefly talking about each one. So, let's get into it! First up is 4 Days, which follows two roommates in UP Diliman who turn into friends and then lovers. It's a typical Filipino gay story where two people fall in love and the other one's straight and is pressured to come out. I honestly didn't expect much from this film as I'd never heard about it before. With Mikoy Morales carrying this film on his back, a weird relationship development, and long stretches of silence, it honestly wasn't my thing. Maybe I just hate Englisheros. Either way, Sebastian Castro's character isn't that likable. It's also surprising the film is an hour long when it probably could have been compressed into 20 minutes. I rated it 1 star. Next is Bakabukas, which is about best friends Alex and Jess. Alex is out to everyone except her best friend, but after Jess finds out, the two realize their feelings for each other. Jess had believed herself to be straight until that point, and then they have to keep their relationship a secret, which frustrates Alex. I had low expectations for Bakabukas, but this time it was because I'd heard of bad reviews. I didn't like Jess's character, and Alex was a little bland, so it was hard to root for them. Again, it's the typical one's gay, one's quote-unquote straight, and is too scared to come out kind of story. 1.5 stars. Third, we have My Summer of Love. In her theatrical film debut, Emily Blunt plays the role of a rich girl who's been suspended from boarding school and is spending time in the countryside. She meets a girl who's from a working class family and only lives with her brother. The two spend the summer together, opening up to each other and falling in love. Honestly, it was okay, but the moment Emily Blunt's character started talking about Nietzsche, I knew I was in for a wild ride. If you want to see Emily Blunt playing the cello and kissing girls, then this film is for you. 2.5 stars. Next is Dear Ex. In this Taiwanese film, Shang Cheng-shi's father dies and he finds out his father has made his male lover Jay his insurance beneficiary. Cheng-shi's mother is furious, and even more so when Cheng-shi starts staying with Jay, who is free-spirited and performs and even directs in theater. This film was really sad, and I just watched Everything Everywhere All at Once before this, so I saw the similarities regarding Asian married couple issues. I watched this because AC Soriano recommended it a while ago, but I wasn't that affected by it. 3.5 stars. Now we have another Filipino film. In Bacau, directed by June Robles Lana, who is becoming one of my favorite directors, Eddie Garcia plays the role of an old man living alone in a rural town with his dog, Bacau. He's very grumpy and rude to people, but he starts to soften as he starts coming to terms with his sexuality. I have to admit, I'm extremely soft for old people and dogs, so this had me sobbing for like an hour straight. I think this is my new favorite Filipino film. 4.5 stars. Next is Summerland, a British Sapphic period piece. It's World War II, and a young boy is evacuated from London where it's unsafe, and he's entrusted into the care of Alice Lamb, who lives alone by the seaside. Alice is very much against having to take care of the child at first because she's a loner, but the boy soon grows on her. This film is more of a drama rather than a romance because Alice's relationship with the boy is the central plot. I thought the story was really nice and heartwarming, and it's a plus that there's a happy ending. So I gave this 4 stars. Next, we have another film directed by June Lana, Die Beautiful. It's about the life of transgender woman, mother, and beauty queen Trisha, and is told in a non-linear narrative. After she dies, her best friend Barbs fulfills her wish of being transformed into a different celebrity each night for 7 nights at her funeral. This movie was both heartwarming and heartbreaking, and all in all, just entertaining as it tells the story of a Filipino trans woman. Paolo Ballesteros and Christian Bables did amazing here. 4 stars. The 8th film I watched was Portrait of a Lady on Fire, and I've been meaning to see it for over 2 years ever since it rose in popularity as a foreign language film, especially after Parasite's hype, as they were released in the same year. In this film, a female painter is commissioned to paint a portrait of an aristocrat lady who's about to get married soon. The lady refuses to be painted since she doesn't actually want to get married, so the painter has to do it in secret by pretending to be the lady's companion. Honestly, it was kind of boring, but if you want longing stares and the whole romance of a sapphic period piece, then this might be for you. I gave it 3.5 stars. Next is Kalel 15, yet again another film directed by June Lana. The story follows 15-year-old Kalel after he finds out with his mom that he's HIV positive. It navigates his life as part of a dysfunctional lower-class family and the negative stigma surrounding HIV in the Philippines. I honestly had mixed feelings about this. The cast were amazing actors, and Elijah Canlas surprised me since I only knew him from Game Boys before, but he was actually really good. However, the film borders on poverty porn, which made me really uncomfortable, and I agree with other viewers that it's unclear how it contributes to HIV awareness when the negative stigma continues to be strong in it. I rated it 3 stars. Now we have The Mitchells vs. the Machines, which I've been meaning to watch for a while since I've heard good things, but I only recently found out it was LGBT when I saw it was categorized as such on Netflix. Honestly, it's not really much of an LGBT movie and more of a movie that happens to have an LGBT main character. It's not the focus of the story, but it's really nice to have that kind of representation. I saw myself and Katie a lot with the love for films and excitement for making friends in college. It was also a fun Easter egg to see Portrait of a Lady on Fire when I just watched it. 4.5 stars. Next is Ang Sayaw ng Dalawang Kaliwang Paa, an indie film that shows great appreciation for different Filipino art forms, such as dance, music, and poetry. Paolo Avellino's character is a college student who develops a crush on his poetry professor, who also happens to teach dance classes. To impress her, he hires his classmate to tutor him in dance so that he's good by the time he enters her dance class. Like Portrait of a Lady on Fire, the longing stares were a huge part of the film, but I found this one to be more interesting. The soundtrack is god tier, and I'm just sad it's not on Spotify. At times, you can see how low the production quality of the film is, but I really liked it and feel proud that Filipinos are able to make a film like this. 4 stars. Second to the last is Billy and Emma, another film directed by Samantha Lee, who was behind Baka Bukas. I had mixed feelings about this since I honestly find Gabby Padilla annoying after seeing her in Dead Kids and in Kalel 15, but this was much better than Baka Bukas. It covered a lot of issues like homophobia, gender expression, teenage pregnancy, and Catholic school rules, which I appreciate in a Filipino sapphic film. And since it's set in the 90s, I think, then it's also a period piece. 3 stars. And finally, we're on the last film of my Pride Month marathon. Yay! A Secret Love is a documentary about Pat and Terry who lived together and had a secret relationship for over 60 years. It's amusing because their families were genuinely shocked when the couple finally came out because they really thought they were just good friends. But it's also sad because the doc discusses how dangerous it was to be gay decades ago in America, which led them to hide this part of themselves for so long. I rated it 3.5 stars. And that's it for the LGBTQ plus movies I watched in June. This experience made me learn things like how watching films depicting different identities can make you realize things about your own identity, and it also reaffirmed things I already knew, like how mere representation doesn't necessarily mean good representation, and that LGBTQ plus issues are intersectional because it's one thing to be gay, it's another to be gay and a woman, and it's yet another to be gay, a woman, and a person of color. There's definitely more LGBTQ plus films I need to watch, especially Filipino ones, but it's a good thing that it doesn't have to be Pride Month for us to celebrate Pride. I hope you can give these films a watch, or even other LGBTQ plus films, because queer stories definitely deserve to be heard. Thank you for watching, and happy Pride, everybody!